with Salem Consultants. My name is Amy Njambi. I am a counseling psychologist here at Salem Consultants, and we deal with holistic wellness, which is of the mind, the body, and the spirit. And we're talking about the ability to make the right and wrong decisions and just being of sound mind. And when we talk about gifts, we are talking about something that is given to you for free, that you cannot give back, that can
because it's generous. Then you are now entering into dangerous zone.
Okay.
And you are also abusing that gift.
Yes.
So we are learning about how
with this conversation. So the first one was why is it important for a Christian to be part of a Christian community?
Yes. To have a community or to have a local church,
okay,
whereby it is led by a pastor, so that now you can grow, and without that you will not grow.
The building, the people.
Okay, we call it a shelter, because where you are meeting, there must be a place. It must be a place which is comfortable.
Yes.
That it has a
that one of the gifts. Maybe is there like different things that maybe you can look out for to see this is a gift, this is a gift.
Yeah.
Maybe yes.
Yeah, because when we read the book of Romans chapter 12, so support.
Yes.
Yeah. But the problem is where now manipulation comes in. Yeah.
Wow. Now that we have touched on finances and giving and gifts,
and a blessing, a special blessing, of which when you don't give that particular giving, you will not receive the.
Wow.
So you will find that when we are giving our tithes in the New Testament, we are giving generously. It's not necessary to give the percentage or to give your intention is to meet the need, not to give the percentage. But there are people who are just after giving the percentage.
Yes.
So if I have given my tithe,
it's not enough.
Yeah.
Yes.
But if people can be taught how to give generously
yes,
and with a purpose, I'm telling you, even people will not need, or pastor, it became the first fruit. So what was pointed to by the first fruit giving in the Old Testament is Christ. So today, when you give your first fruits,
yes,
which direction?
There is something, there's a bit of manipulation there.
Yes,
or,
yes,
okay.
yes. There is a bit of manipulation. In fact, giving in the 2 Corinthians chapter 8. 2 Corinthians chapter 8. The Bible says the grace of God will abound in all what you are doing. What is the grace of God?
Continue blessing
yes,
the work of God. Yeah. And maybe Percy, we can ask, somebody can ask you, someone can tell you maybe, I am a pastor and I need a good house.
Is it bad that we can receive material things? So it comes to a point whereby the church, all the believers.
But you also told us last week the issue comes in when somebody begins to quote figures, or they begin to tell you, this is, I need 10,000.
Blessed them with the spiritual things.
Yes.
They decided to give you. They decided to even to do some shopping for you. They decided to exchange it with carnal things or material things. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I think the big
to do in the church, and you just go step out to give to the poor. There's no problem. There's no, and you are not rebellious in that.
Okay. Okay, but the issue could come in and they are working on that issue.
I know there are people who say, I don't give my tithes in church because I help the poor.
Yeah.
I know there are people who say.
To know, like, if there is this particular thing, that maybe there's this thing we do with the poor people, this thing we do with the street people, so that individuals can know. Sorry, cannot see that far. My pastor said that our church would begin to keep tabs on who is giving tithes and who is not. This makes me feel like we are praying for services in the church.
Or you don't give your tithe. But now that is wrong, because now you bring that aspect of force. Now you will make people give because they are cohort. Whereby if you are a member, every year you have to renew your membership by 500 shillings. And you don't do it. If you don't do it,
you are not a member.
they will not be involved in have people with it. freely.
Yes.
I should not force people to give money so that I
Which you
can
have
serve
been
them.
given freely.
Yeah. So which means I will be abusing the gift,
Yes.
and I will be manipulating that person. Is the only seed that people can give.
That's a good question. Thank you, Pastor. You have touched the right place. Thank you.
That doesn't mean it's only money.
Yeah.
There is something else you can keep to do. So the greater the miracle, the higher the amount will be. I have heard that.
Yes.
And it is happening.
Yes.
So you find that when you come with that, because grace is what can provide to you as a man of God, even when nobody is providing to you.
Wow.
Yes, grace will support you. You know, it came a time when Paul and John is the one who declared Jesus Christ, beyond the Lamb of God who takes away the sins of the world. But now, because of problems, because of difficulties in ministry, now he is asked those, the thing he is claiming to do, there is no grace behind it. There is no grace. So he has to manipulate, he has to use craft to touch them to give to you.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Hey, Pastor, there you have really gone into it, and we really appreciate that. At the end of the day, I think it's a matter of being able to identify mansion. Are they brainwashed, and how can you identify mansion? Are they brainwashed, and how can I get my parents back?
They have been brainwashed.
Pastor, it's back.
They have been brainwashed.
Pastor.
Yes, they have been brainwashed. And I don't think, unless they have been brainwashed, and I don't think, unless there is, so that's a curse.
Yes.
So unless God does a miracle to those parents,
Yes.
I don't think they will come out.
Oh,
Because it's a curse.
Jesus. Like Jesus for Judas.
No.
Okay.
It was used by Paul in Romans chapter 1.
Oh, okay.
They have become reprobates.
This child can do, maybe pray for them.
Just
maybe,
to pray.
Yes. Wow.
Just to pray, and if you can have an access to a sound preacher to talk to them.
I am, however, afraid of getting taken advantage of. How do I know if I am obeying God and honoring my spiritual authority, or being used? And then
God can hear any prayer.
And then
God can hear any prayer.
Okay.
Even the prayers of sinners, God hears.
God hears them.
Even the prayers of sinners, God hears.
God hears them. Wow. That's so interesting. That's another discussion.
Those are called preachers. Yes.
Okay.
The moment you hear a preacher telling you, give me some money for God to do this,
Yes.
God does not need money for him to do anything except Christ.
Yes.
No man can move God to do anything.
Yeah.
It's only Christ.
Yeah.
And the good news is that I want to give God this money so that he can give me this. God does not do business with
And
man.
God has said obedience to him is better than
Who doesn't have an offering, a tithe to give in the church?
Yeah.
You cannot be blessed by God
Because
until
you are not
you begin
giving.
to give.
Wow.
So what it means is the book of wealth.
Wow.
So bring your offerings, bring your tithes, bring your to the house of God, because God has already blessed you. Now, when you are asked brought faith to you,
Yes.
the Bible says your faith has healed.
Wow.
The people whom Jesus healed, they never brought anything. They never brought money. They never brought anything to be healed.
Yeah.
But what they bring.
What we are giving, it's not just a matter of giving because we've been told to give, but it's a matter of understanding.